Today's MacVoices is supported by Smile and the various flavors of PDF Pen. See how PDF Pen, PDF Pen Pro, and PDF Pen for iOS can help you do more with your PDFs at smilesoftware.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at CES in Las Vegas. Folks, we just stopped by the Insta360 booth. We found Eli once again, and he's going to tell us what's new from Insta360 and some of their amazing 360-degree cameras. Eli, it's good to see you again.
It's great to see you too, Chuck.
I'm glad you're still standing after this much time.
Just barely, yeah. But
so what's new this year?
Our big news this year is the Insta360 One R. And the Insta360 One R, it's really three cameras in one. What you see here, we have it set up as a standard action camera, but because of this unique modular design where we've separated the camera into three key parts, you have the battery base, you have the camera brain, which is also your touch screen and your preview, and then you have a lens. When I put those all together, you have everything you'd expect from a flagship action camera. This shoots 4K 60 FPS. You've got high frame rate shooting as well. You can get up to 200 FPS on this one. So if you know what you want to shoot, if you know where the action is, or if you just want a POV shot, this is a great option. At the same time, what we do best is 360 and making all of the creative possibilities that you can get with a 360 camera easy to take advantage of. So that's why we give consumers the choice to swap out. And just like that, I want to flip that around. Now I have a 360 camera. So there's dual fisheye. This shoots 5.7K, 30 FPS, and it has, I'd say that the main advantages of this 360 camera in action sports, which is what we're targeting with this camera, you have amazing stabilization. We have flow state stabilization, that's our own algorithm, and we're using the advantages of that super wide field of view to make sure that any shot you reframe, it looks as stable as what you'd get with a mechanical gimbal. At the same time, you have reframing capabilities. I can shoot first point later, capture every angle, and then you use our phone app or our desktop software and you can select the angle that you want. You know that you won't miss a shot, and if you're skiing, if you're cycling, anytime you're shooting blind, basically, you have the camera mounted somewhere and you're not directing it in real time, then you have every scene and you can play with them after the fact. At the same time, we also have a bunch of unique capabilities like the invisible selfie stick, which gives you drone-like angles, and that's something that you can only get with a 360 camera. We see it a lot like the SLR with an interchangeable lens camera, where it makes sense that people have a choice between a telephoto lens and a wide-angle lens. They have equal but opposite strengths. And the same deal for a standard high-resolution action camera with one lens versus a 360 camera and all of the creative possibilities of that. They're suited for different things. The best is if you can swap from one to the other on the fly, and that's what we do with the Insta360 One R.
That's very, very nice. So, let's see, here we go. So what kind of battery life do we have when we're running in whatever mode?
For most of the standard shooting modes, so if you're using the highest resolution on any of these mods, you'll get about an hour of battery life. It'll vary a little bit based on what frame rate you're shooting at, but it's basically the same for all three mods. And the reason I say three mods is because the one thing that I didn't mention is that we've also partnered with Leica to make an extremely high quality action camera. This is the first action camera that uses a 1-inch sensor and it shoots at 5.3K. It's really high quality. The dynamic range is awesome, the low light is awesome, and we worked with Leica on the lens, on the image processing, and also they helped us out with this really cool industrial design that you see. This has their stamp on it. So with this one, we're thinking about vloggers, travelers, or anyone who just wants a run and gun camera, but that still gets you something that you can put into a YouTube video. It's super high quality, even if you're playing back on a desktop, say. And we're hoping just to level up the whole action camera space. We don't want people to have to make compromises even when they're shooting with something this versatile. It also has our stabilization on board as well, so you're getting the quality plus the versatility.
Yeah, I've got a couple action cameras, and unfortunately, you're right. They're great for what they are, but their use case is somewhat limited. And now you're giving me three cameras in one. just depending on what I want to do with them. That's very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to make sure that that you have the right tool for the job. Because I think there's a lot of people who have used an action camera before and they end up with gigabytes of footage that they don't edit, or maybe most of it is useless, most of it's looking in the wrong direction. That's where 360 helps you out. That's where we really see long-term the whole action camera space is moving towards 360 because there's so many benefits. But I mean, until you can get a 10K or 11K 360 video that you can edit on mobile, when we get to that day, you can only bring a 360 camera, because even the cropped out reframe is going to be amazing quality, but we're not there yet. And if you're using a resolution that high, you wouldn't be able to edit on mobile. So we're taking an approach now where we let you choose. If you want if it's a scene where 360 is going to help you out, which is most of them, then you use our 5.7K 360. But if it's a key moment, I mean, if you can imagine a performance on stage, or say you're following a friend and you're focused on filming him, you're actually manning the camera the whole time, then you probably want a higher quality, you might want a higher frame rate, and you can swap it out and use this one.
When you did say the other one is 200 frames per second?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of frames per second.
Well, I mean, with action sports, that's a key thing, because you can get some awesome slow-mo shots.
So what's the availability on this right now?
So orders are open on all of the mods, and we're selling it in a couple of different packages.
That was my next question. Yeah, is how does it come?
So one of them, we call it the Twin Edition. That comes with your 360 mod here, and then the standard 4K shooter here. That one goes for $479.99. You're getting two cameras for less than the price of another 360 camera. And this one we're also selling as a standalone package. This is you can buy the 1-inch wide angle plus the camera brain plus the battery. This one goes for $549.99. But if you want to mix and match, if you want to buy the Leica and then add on the 360, you can do that as well. So we're giving people choice. You could start out with only the 4K and then maybe upgrade to 360 later, or the other way around. You can decide any configuration you want. This is it's available on Insta360.com today. You can order them, and these ones they'll be arriving in creators' hands next week. This one's going to be shipping in about a month, the Leica one.
And I apologize if you said it, I missed it. You said this is a wide angle. How wide?
This one is around 160 degrees.
Oh, okay, so a wide angle lens. Yeah.
Very wide.
Thank you. Phenomenal. Every time we stop by and talk to you guys come up with great new products, and this is really an interesting take on the action camera space and making it a lot more versatile.
Well, yeah, we really wanted to bring some new ideas to this space. Like I said, I mean, I think long term we see the action camera space getting overtaken by 360 cameras, and we're hoping to make that jump as easy as possible. The other thing, I mean, I didn't mention this, but the app, it has a lot of new features that make editing 360 video easy. So we want to make sure that people who have used a standard action camera before, they're going to be able to use that, and it's going to work just as how they're used to. But at the same time, when they start experimenting with 360, we're gonna help lower the learning curve and show them how to get some of these cool shots. We have tutorials in the app. We also have an auto frame feature where our computer vision algorithm will look for interesting content, whether it's people or landmarks or animals, and it'll give you some suggested reframes. And so we wanted to make it easy for people to figure out the real potential of 360 and make sure it's not too intimidating, because I think that right now 360 video, there's a million people who could benefit from it, but there's a lack of awareness about how it really works and about what to do with it. So we want to make sure that the editing is as easy as possible, and in many cases automatic. That's what we've got in mind with this camera.
I think you said a mouthful there. I think there are a lot of use cases for 360, and everybody's kind of afraid of it because that's not the way they're used to thinking about things. And so, the way you've done it, you all have made it very affordable, very approachable. It sounds like it's just getting more so.
Totally. Right. Yep. We're trying to make it as accessible and as easy to use, easy to edit, easy to share as possible. I mean, we do some really cool things with hardware, but at heart, we're a software company. Our founder was a software engineer, and that's where a huge part of our focus is on R&D, is making the editing process easy. We think that's going to be a key to helping more people start to use 360.
Eli, I really appreciate it. Cool new product, as always. We'll look forward to whatever you come up with next, but for right now, this is very nice.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to talking again next year.
All right, sounds good. Good to see you again. Thanks so much. Folks, we'll have more from CES in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.